I've always been a person that if you tell me something, I'm gonna go see if it's the truth. So I remember early on in my Christian walk, like man, I would literally spend, and I'm not exaggerating, I would literally spend 10, 15 hours a day studying like the Bible or something different, or reading books on the internet. There's this website called corm.org, CARM.org, and it's an apologetics website. And I remember going to the store buying this like binder, like the notebook binder, like this big one, and I bought like a 500 pack of paper, and I went on Corm and I just started printing out like just where I filled the notebook up. I printed out all the different topics that I wanted to learn about, and so I've always been a student. Like I want to see how stuff works. So when I became a Christian, I wanted to see like I wanted to be able to explain my Christianity to anybody that I had to. So the only way that I can explain my Christianity to anybody that I had to is not by me knowing everything that everyone else knows, but by me knowing what I believe. And so that's kind of what made me go into it, trying to really learn how to defend my faith. And then when I started seeing other stuff that, would be a combat to that, stuff like whether it was Islam or if it was the Hebrew Israelites, I would go learn about that stuff because I wanted to be able to combat it the right way. So it was just me being a student, man. I just went and learned, and that's where I landed at. There isn't probably a day that goes by that I don't see one of my friends that I grew up with, that I still hang around, one of my friends that I grew up with, or some rapper or some entertainer on the internet saying, black people wake up. Christianity is white man's religion. You're brainwashed. So when you think about going into the inner city context, especially after situations like a Ferguson and Baltimore, where you have, if you look at the Baltimore, the situation they just had a while back, and I know there are different situations, and his is probably something, I don't know if it's something he did, but the pastor Jamal Bryant went out to the hood in Baltimore, and one of the local activists ran him up out of the hood, like literally yelling in his face, cursing at him, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine, like, don't come back out here. If you do, it's like that. So you think about that, you think about all of the Afrocentric, the negative Afrocentric teaching, because all of it is a negative, but the negative Afrocentric teaching that's being flooded into the inner city, that's anti-Christ, that's anti-white, that's all of these things, that's anti-Christianity, is being taught to people it's wrapped in the skin of truth, but it's a lie, and people are running with it. And so when you think about Christianity in that aspect, when I come and make it after them, the person that they've been talking to all week is saying, "Oh, Christianity, white man religion." I think when it comes to urban apologetics, it's really important in this time and day that we have a clear representation that Jesus isn't, that Christianity isn't a white man's religion. Christianity is for everybody. Jesus is supposed to be accessible to everybody. Man, that's a good question. I would say it would probably have to be when I was in London talking to the Muslim. And the only thing I hated about the video, which I didn't see, was when they would turn the camera and smile in the camera and put it. I didn't know they were doing that because I was talking to him, so I did hate that. But probably when I was in London and talking to the Muslim, because it was one of the I had like bits and piece conversations, but it was probably the first time that I ever. It was like everything I've learned. It was like, you know, I get a chance to share it with somebody, and I wasn't trying to turn them down. And the thing that people didn't see from the video was before the video started, I had a sign that said, "Ask me who God is." That's how we even started talking. We were in London. We were in a part of London that was predominantly Muslim. Like Muslims were walking everywhere back and forth. I'm talking about that's all you saw. And I had this sign that said, "Ask me who God is." And so Dude came over, you could see it in his face. He was looking mad. And when he walked over there, I was like, hey, before you start talking, I could tell you upset. I was like, I want to know, can you talk without, can you reason? If you can't, I'm not about to have this conversation with you. And dude was like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I said, man, listen, I'm probably gonna say some stuff gonna make you mad. I was like, oh, you gonna be all right? He was like, yeah. I said, well, go ahead, say whatever you want to say. And so he initiated the convo. But it was. I think that would probably be my most memorable moment. That one, and the times when you just, you in the hood, and it's everybody has a philosophy of who they think God is, which is crazy. Like it be them times you're in the hood, and it's just your homeboy or somebody just got out of jail, and it's like, man, tell him, man, the Bible say that, and then the other person like, man, I know what the Bible say, and you those opportunities of really getting a chance to share something with a person without it being rushed.